Nice 101.
What pick do I have in this one?
You're not in?
I am not in.
That's a tough scene.
I guess I'll just see myself. I guess I'm just commentating this draft.
How did you not get in?
Bruh. It's 11:58.
Yeah, but it was almost filled, dude. Come on, man. All right. Well, we'll just we'll do this draft together. So 101 now, Christian McCaffrey has officially leapfrogged Jonathan Taylor. So do you think he is the correct pick here?
I believe he is. I don't know if you saw the most recent Jonathan Taylor report, though, but Frank Reich said, not that I don't want Jonathan Taylor to lead the league in rush attempts, but I kind of don't want him to. So, I mean, and they also had a quote about wanting to be more balanced, less rush heavy. So between that and then the contradicting quotes from Matt Rule with the Panthers saying that they just are in attack mode with Christian McCaffrey, this is clear cut to me.
Dang, we got the Discord just straight. Me, Philly, Zach, 1, 2, 3. Drafters hooking it up. What the hell just happened? Drafters hooking it up with this draft. So everybody tuned in. Ben's not in this draft, so we'll be drafting from the 101 together on my team, and he will be commentating on all of the picks made in this draft.
Perfect. It's all right. It gives me more time to practice my my audio DJ traits. I've added some sound drops, so we're gonna see how this stream goes. But how's everybody doing? We got a lot of members of the Discord in here.
If you're watching this on replay, make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Make sure you like the stream, turn on the post notifications, do all that good stuff. We stream every single Sunday at 12 o'clock. We're going to be streaming more during the NFL season as well. A month away from that, bunch of DFS content going to be uploaded on YouTube. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Zach's alive, hungover, but alive.
Cheers to that.
Little vodka Red Bull to start the morning, or just a Red Bull?
Actually, I was sitting there at the convenience store and I wanted to switch it up. Usually I get a Red Bull, but Blue Monster.
And splitting the 250,000. Unfortunately, if I win, the entire 250,000 will be going into my bank account.
Yes. Will I be sabotaging this draft with inaccurate advice? Absolutely. Honestly, I really think that Brian Robinson would be a good pick at this turn.
You hear that, Houston? You got to take Brian Robinson. All right. He goes Najee Kamara at the 1-2 turn.
I like that.
You like that?
I do. That's different. That's sexy.
All right.
How many Najee CD, Najee Swift, Najee Barkley teams are there? Najee Adams teams? Probably the vast majority of Najee teams. How many Najee Kamara teams are there?
That is very true. Probably not that many. And there was that report that came out that said basically he's not going to be suspended this year, and he'll probably be suspended in 2023. So that definitely helps Kamara's stock for this year. And, we've been on it. We've been listening to the podcast. We've been advocates of drafting Kamara at his reduced ADP and fully expect that to rise as the month goes on and as people start to become more aware of the news.
What are you thinking at this turn here?
I think that we'll see.
Mark Andrews is a fucking smash if you can get him here.
Philly's taking Mark Andrews 100%.
Think so?
Yeah, he loves his elite tight end.
Bang. And there it is.
I already knew that was coming. Who would you go with here?
Probably Tyreek Pitts action, so I'm like, it's pretty interesting.
Probably got to go Tyreek Hill just for the ceiling.
Other than that, I mean, you could go Chargers receiver of choice, T. Higgins, or I do like reaching on Kyle Pitts at the turn. I've been doing that a little bit lately in my own drafts.
All right, I'll do that. I'll do that for you.
I like that.
The CMC Tyreek Hill, Kyle Pitts start.
What up, Bop? I'm dogs only, by the way.
Dogs only.
Have you heard of? There's actually a best ball platform that's pretty dog centric. You should check it out.
That is true. All right. Got some churro child whoppers going.
Churro child whoppers.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
He's
name.
going 0 RB to start.
What does that say next to his name? Is that a 6 or a 60? Is he a sharp undercover?
62. Star Fox at 111.
Damn.
This guy's at 83. Some low-key sneaky whales here.
That ass. They're lucky I ain't getting this draft.
Bro, I mean, you're just a bot for that.
Bro, I was interacting with the people in our Discord chat. I was under fucking attack in our personal group chat. I was distracted on multiple levels.
You weren't under attack.
I'm always under attack.
We were
bro.
just saying the facts.
I just get constantly bullied by my friends.
Yeah, but
yeah, but anyways. See, I can't even follow along with this draft. So when I don't have this screen up, I can't make any commentary.
Right. Where's your commentary at? I'm
just looking at you. That's all I can see. I like your haircut. I could give you commentary on that. Fresh cut.
All right, there you go. Let's hear the commentary.
So Houston here at the turn opts to go double wide receiver, going in a balanced build through the first 4, 2 and 2 at running back and receiver. Jalen Waddle and Terry McLaurin. That's my commentating voice. How's that? CD.
Travis Etienne in the 4th. You don't see that much anymore.
No. And he was getting a lot of work in the preseason game.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Robinson's not ready yet, so I don't want to go overboard with it, but Houston matched the 2-2-2. Shout out to you, brother. I'm right behind you. I'm at like 138. I should be fully maxed by tomorrow, I think.
It's a bunch of grinders in this chat. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna cap at about 500 teams this year, I think, which is by far the most I've ever done. I was at like 300 last year.
All right, so turn coming up here. I'm definitely going A-Rob here as my wide receiver 2. I love that. Obviously, hopefully Stafford is A-okay, but expecting him to be good to go. And then I think just getting a round 5 Patrick Mahomes is pretty good, which is his ADP now. But I will screw over some of the other. And did I just freeze?
Yeah, you froze. Your screen is gone. You're not frozen, but your screen is gone.
My screen is frozen. Both my screens are frozen. You could hear me?
Yeah, you're straight. So while Joey figures that out,
screens are just frozen, but you could hear me? That's weird. This stream is chopped.
So how's everybody doing? Yeah, no, Joey's actually chopped now. Completely frozen. Can't follow along with the draft. I'm not in it. So I don't know what's going on, guys. Good draft, I hope. Probably somewhere in the mid-fifth at this point. I'm not sure. Don't get autoed. Yeah, Joey's definitely going to get autoed. It is. This is a brutal scene. I don't know, man. The show must go on, you know. See, a lot of people I feel like would get really stressed in this situation, but I'm just gonna chill and let life play out. Have my nice energy drink, enjoy my nicotine addiction, kick it with the chat, vibe out. That's what we're doing now. I don't know why. Yeah, use the phone or something. Well, the crazy thing is that Joey and I are living in the same house now. We have the same internet. It's not the internet. It's just that his computer is dog shit. My entire computer froze. That's a tough scene. Yeah, I mean, you know, Big Joe, you gotta level that piece of machinery up. I think that's the major problem here. For those tuning in, we're having some stream complications. Joey is the host of the stream. Can't see what's going on. I'm just, trying to hold it down right now. Let me get some nice background music playing. Who you guys got on your board coming up here? Yeah, this is a big budget operation, as you can tell. I don't see. Thanks for the support, Houston. No, honestly though, I am deriving a little bit too much joy from this. Why do I enjoy chaos so much? Trey Lance at 64. This is the kind of crazy shit we're missing. No way. Unbelievable. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and just take Joe off the screen. This is my background. This is a bunch of bullshit. Discuss your layout of 500 entries, sites, and such. Yeah, so here, let me get something on the screen for you. I could do that. Well, my layout right now is 150 in the pre-draft, 555 on drafters. I have 150 almost in the 222. I have 75 in Puppy 1. I'm at like 85 on the $5 DraftKings, as well as the $12 single entry, $15 single entry. I have like 10 BBMs, 10 of the $20 on drafters. So what does that put me at? Like 400. And I'm gonna enter, try to max enter the $5 on drafters. So that'll be 3 150s, and then I'm some assorted entries in BBM 3. The $20 drafters tournament that we are drafting in now, and the $200 single entry on DraftKings, which maybe we'll stream next week, assuming that we still have streaming capabilities. I don't know exactly why it's taking Joey so long to get back in this stream, but it happens. It happens. I've been on the other side of this where Joey had to hold it down. So, How's the draft going, guys? You guys building some monsters? I need some music. It's the only song I had ready to go. Just can I play? Uh-oh. Got the goat back.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it out. It's that your computer's dog shit.
Oh, that's
You
it.
got that Walmart computer, my guy. Got that shit at
Bro,
Aldi's.
your computer sounds like it's from 1933, bro. Your
Hey, at least
fan is as loud as your fucking air conditioner,
hey,
dog.
don't lash out at me because your computer is ass and can't handle the stream.
Hey, it just had a brain freeze, bro. It's not my fault.
Drafters is going to start picking up, yeah, but honestly, though, I don't think that they have the amount of customers to fill up this tournament, to be honest with you. No disrespect. I absolutely love drafters. But I mean, I think this thing is inevitably going to overlay. It's just too big, and there's too much competition with DraftKings and Underdog, which are just, larger platforms.
Yeah, some of the contests on Underdog might overlay, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I've been kind of taking a break from Underdog, so I haven't been looking at that. But I mean, BBM won't overlay, right? I mean, puppies always fill.
Yeah, I mean, they have the big dog, which is the 250. That overlaid last year. So we'll have to see what that. And then BBM, I don't think it's on pace to fill. It might be, or it'll be close, but it should fill. It did last year. So assuming it does again this year. But all right, what everybody missed. After I took Patrick Mahomes in the turn where my computer froze, I took Amari Cooper and Kadarius Toney. So I'm currently at a 1-1-4-1 build. Just didn't really like any of the running backs that were available at the turn, like Josh Jacobs, and then I would have had to reach on Antonio Gibson or Tony Pollard or CEH or Miles Sanders. So I wasn't too comfortable with that. So I opted to just go with my one of my favorite wide receivers prior to Watson probably getting suspended for a year, and Amari Cooper at round 6. I think that's fine. Even without Cooper, Jimmy Garoppolo is probably going to be a Cleveland Brown if Watson gets suspended. And then
Really, you think so?
Yeah.
But bro, how much money can you pay to one position though? I mean, I know the Browns have the cap space to make it happen, but goddamn.
You could pay as much money as you need to.
And not only that, but like fantasy wise, what does Jimmy G do for Amari Cooper that Jacoby Brissett doesn't? Like, what's the difference, honestly?
I mean, Jacoby Brissett is definitely worse than Jimmy Garoppolo, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But how much worse? From a fantasy perspective, strictly. I think they're pretty goddamn even.
I think it's close, for sure.
I'd have been more excited about Jimmy G to the Jets, to be honest, but looks like Zach Wilson's injury is not serious.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like this team too much.
I was about to say this is clear cut MVS. I can't see the bottom of your board. Is Sky Moore available? Oh no, I see. I see. Grabbed him this round. So yeah, you're probably chopped for a Chief stack unless you grab me Cole at the next turn. Yeah, interesting. Who's your favorite running back out of this group? Because I have an answer.
Is it one of those two?
No.
Damn. Who's your favorite?
Penny. I mean, worst team, but I think that, he has the actual upside to, be like a 250 touch type player. I don't think that either of those guys do. I mean, unless Nick Chubb gets hurt, but Just volume wise, I feel like he's a bargain when you get to this pick 100 range.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Kenneth Walker is going to be a factor, and Penny also. Didn't he just get hurt as well? Or he's dealing with a groin issue as of August 11th. It's the 14th.
Little groin issue. What's the problem?
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, I don't mind Penny. I think at cost I prefer Kenneth Walker. So that's probably why I don't have much Penny, as their ADPs have kind of shifted, with Penny becoming the clear market favorite to lead that backfield. So I'd rather just take chances on Kenneth Walker at that point. But in terms of like Chief stacks, yeah, it's looking grim for me to stack the Chiefs up unless I get a late piece in Mecole Hardman, or I was thinking yesterday, like, why aren't we drafting like Blake Bell, the Chiefs tight end too, or Noah Gray? Like, what if Travis Kelce gets hurt?
Mm-hmm. That's
Blake
a
Bell
fair
actually
point.
scored a touch. That the reason why I thought about it is because Blake Bell scored a touchdown in the preseason game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a good question. Why aren't we? Maybe we should be. Did you see who else scored a touchdown in the preseason at the tight end position?
Who?
Jelani Woods.
Hey, my guy.
Now, did he do it deep into the game after Mo Alley Cox and Kylan Grayson had already played ahead of him? Absolutely. But nonetheless, he found the end zone. It's got to be encouraging for the athletic specimen.
Yeah, definitely. That's all you need at the tight end position is just a touchdown or two, or a touchdown, or they're probably making your lineup that week, right? So I just like targeting guys with touchdown upside, and I could go Hardman here if he lasts. No, we don't have the screen up, but pick is coming up right now. Mecole Hardman is still on the board. Let's see who Zach and Philly go. I don't necessarily love Mecole Hardman, but I think he makes sense for this stack. Or I could just say fuck it and go with somebody else.
I mean, if I were in this draft, which I'm not, I would probably go Mecole and, running back MG3 or Rachaad White. The thing about Mecole is that he's going to get run with the starters, at least to start the year.
See, the thing that I factor in the most is he's not good at football.
That is a major factor.
So I don't necessarily want to draft him. So I'm not going to draft him right here. Maybe at this next pick. Well, I gotta think about it. I'm going to take Rachaad White just for that potential pass catching upside that I think Melvin Gordon does not have. Now it's
I mean, it's like Mecole or
like,
Palmer.
who's going to score more points, Jacoby Myers or Mecole Hardman?
I mean, Palmer is the answer to that question, but I mean, not Jacoby. Jacoby's a hardcore third place option between the three.
Jacoby Myers, I will bet you right now, is going to score more points than Mecole Hardman in full PPR.
Give me Jacoby versus Josh Palmer.
Okay.
That's
He's going to
easy
score
cash.
more than Josh Palmer, too.
Definitely not.
Josh Palmer's like the fourth or fifth option in the offense, my guy.
So is Jacoby. Hunter Henry, Devontae Parker.
Who was the highest targeted receiver
Tyquan
last
Thornton
year?
emerging.
Shut up.
Bro, you're the one who told me on this very stream, but a couple weeks ago, how Nelson Aguilar is emerging at Patriots camp. Guy who plays 50% of his snaps in the slot.
I did not say that.
I think you did.
Oh, I said he's a good long shot.
Yeah, to win the slot job, right? Over Jacoby?
Bro.
No?
No,
We don't think so?
that's you. Oh my god. You just need to stop talking to me about Patriots football. If there's one team that I'm tuned into, it's the Patriots. Jacoby Myers is going to be the highest targeted player on that team. He's going to score the most fantasy points out of all of the pass catchers. He's going to score more fantasy points total in full PPR than McCole Hardman and Josh Palmer this year, just because he's going to see more volume. He had 126 targets last year, 83 catches. Like, are Josh Palmer and McCole Hardman getting 80 plus catches?
No, but Myers' volume's coming down this year. Right? No? I think it is.
Why?
I mean, it's not like he did too much with that volume.
He's just your standard slot wide receiver. Reliable, going to move the chains, get you 12 to 15 points.
Look, I know. I mean, he was on my winning team on this very website, but still.
So why are you disrespecting him?
I'm not trying to disrespect him. I just think that Palmer has a higher ceiling.
Yeah,
And
but
I
he's
think
not going to score more points, which we're on a total points site. So I want the dude
That's
who's going
not
to score
how
more.
that works, sir. That is not how that works.
I know. But nonetheless, Jacoby Myers is still a pretty nice bargain right now.
That man needs to learn how to get in the end zone.
Hey, he's due for some nice touchdown regression to the
He
mean.
is. Theoretically,
2 touchdowns on 126 targets. Like, come on. He's got to score. He's got to score a little bit more than that.
He should. Mike Gesicki says he expects to play more as an inline tight end this season in the offense. He lined up as an inline tight end 12% of the time in 2021 and 50% of the time in the preseason opener per Underdog on Twitter. Little interesting nugget there for any Gesicki truthers. It's not.
Do you even know what an inline tight end is? You're not a big football guy.
They're inline. I'm wrong.
You know what? I'm gonna go Julio Jones here because fuck it, why not? And then I'll go Hunter Henry. Let's just go full Patriot stack here. Just to piss Ben off. He thinks the Patriots are gonna win 4 games. That the offense is going to be the worst in the NFL after they were top 7 in the league last year. So on this combined draft where we're supposed to be drafting together, I'm just going to take full control and draft a full-on Patriots onslaught.
I'm not mad at that, bro. Honestly, I like that you're throwing this draft away.
You would think so, but Julio's never been a touchdown scorer, but let's see if the Bucs utilize him in that fashion. But then also Mike Evans is one of the best red zone threats in the NFL, if not the best. And he's a lock for 10 plus touchdowns every single year. So we'll have to see with the touchdown variance to Julio, but he's definitely going to be a factor in that offense for sure, especially early in the season as Godwin rehabs from the ACL.
Who scores more touchdowns this year, Julio Jones or Kyle Rudolph?
Who do you think?
Probably Kyle.
See, you're just a troll.
That's
why nobody takes us serious.
I'm not in this draft
too much.
That's not why.
Nobody takes us serious, man, because all you do is troll. God.
You think that's why? I think it's because they fear greatness.
Again, trolling.
No, that's dead ass serious.
All right, well, this is my team. What's your critique of my team so far?
I mean, I think that you absolutely should have correlated Mahomes and Mecole, to be honest, especially at an AP value, ADP value for Mecole. But other than that, I think this team is really pretty solid. You got, your number one running back, hero running back in CMC. Then you hammered receiver for several rounds. Got Kyle Pitts at the turn. I love doing that. This is a really good team.
Well, you just said I
Plus, you
threw
can.
away $20.
Well, yeah, no, I mean Julio at the what was that, the 12th round, Julio. Eh, eh. But it's solid. I mean, I assume you're going Mac here at the turn if you can.
Yeah, if he's there to me, I will be going Mac Jones as my quarterback too. For sure. Then I will be looking for another running back.
My man Rojo is falling. Damn. Not even gonna make the team.
Now where is Pacheco going these days? I didn't even see him go. Where is he going?
He hasn't yet, has he?
Has he?
I don't believe so.
Oh, he has.
I mean, this is like a Pacheco turn, low key.
That's what I'm saying, unless Philly's listening in and snipes me, which would be dirty.
Philly.
Oh, he went Brian Robinson. All right, we'll get a nice little correlation there. And then we'll go Mac.
Solid. That team just got a lot better. I mean, you could low-key close this draft out with just all wide receiver picks. You're pretty solid at, every other position. If you wanted to be. Maybe an RB6 if you want. If somebody like
Bro,
really
you already
stands
know
out to
I'm
you.
taking Blake Bell as my tight end 3. I don't give a fuck if I have Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
My tight end 3 is more valuable than a wide receiver 10.
I fully disagree with that.
It is.
It depends on the receiver.
It also depends on the tight end. Like if I go like just spitballing here. If I go like Jonnu Smith or CJ Uzoma, assuming I didn't have, Hunter Henry as my tight end 3, who's going to make your lineup? Like who has a higher probability of making your lineup from a week to week? One of those guys, or like a Laviska Shenault in the last round, or a Velus Jones, or a Josh Reynolds, or somebody like that.
I mean, I would take like Jalen Guyton. I think that you're gonna get a 20 spot out of Guyton once
like
this year,
2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
I agree.
and I don't think that you're gonna get that out of any of those guys that are like gonna have any sort of projection to be like Kyle Pitts on a week to week basis.
Yeah, but Kyle Pitts definitely has down games in his range, as do all tight ends. We saw it a bunch.
Oh, go ahead.
We saw it a bunch with Travis Kelce last year, right? Travis Kelce had a bunch of down weeks, so a tight end 3 in Kelce builds probably would have been optimal. And a lot of people, in the fantasy industry have like done the math that we don't do and have came up to the conclusion that tight end 3s on sites with 20 rounds obviously are better than wide receiver 10s and 11s.
But I mean, I fully think that that's true, with the exception of Kelce, Andrews, Pitts teams. Even with Kittle and Waller, who I expect their ceiling games to remain, still I feel like have lower floors. But I mean, Pitts, Andrews, and Kelce should each be getting 8-9 targets per game, and just nobody else at the position is going to profile for that.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is that the position is just so bad, and there's a bunch of down games in tight ends ranges of outcomes on a week to week basis that you could probably increase your floor by taking a tight end 3 rather than taking a wide receiver that's never going to make your lineup.
Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, do I just go full Patriots onslaught here? Nah, I'm going 6 RB because I'm a savage. Zamir White, give me him. And then, I mean, which wide receiver is the pick here? That's the question. Like, who?
I mean,
who would you take?
my answer is not the one that you would take.
Well, who would
That's
you take?
Sammy.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
It's either Sammy or Kendrick Bourne for me.
I'll just go with the correlation.
What's wrong? What's so bad about Sammy half a round after ADP?
Sammy Watkins is not good at football.
Still going to be a top 3 receiver on the Packers. He's
Not
been getting
with,
the most. He's been getting the most first team reps outside of Allen Lazard.
Yeah, until week 4 when their starting trio is Lazard, Christian Watson, and Romeo Doubs, and Sammy Watkins isn't even on the team, and he's going to be the wide receiver 5.
No.
Sammy Watkins is going to ultimately end up playing behind Lazard, Randall Cobb, Christian Watson, and Romeo Doubs when it's all said and done.
That's pretty bullish of you to assume.
Sammy Watkins is horrible at football, Ben. I don't know if you know this. He thinks he's a lizard. Do you want those guys on your team?
I mean, this is a direct quote from Sammy Watkins when asked if he's afraid of death. He says, "Not when you know you've probably died so many times and you're still here, you keep coming back."
What does that even mean?
It means that you can't get rid of this man from the field. He does not die. He just comes back and produces. Okay? And
yeah, he hasn't produced more than 673 yards in 6 years.
Watkins says that he may be playing this game as something completely different. A dinosaur, a dog, a horse. Yeah, maybe a horse. It's all possible. That's a player you want to fade? No.
That's a player I don't want on my fantasy football teams.
I'll take a horseman on my teams.
Oh, God.
Damn, Desmond Ridder at 197. That's what we're doing now? Jeez.
That's wild.
Jeez. What other quarterbacks are available? Oh, nah. No, we can't be taking Desmond Ridder ahead of Tannehill and Baker. That's just not good.
Burrow, Wilson, Ridder.
Nothing you need a big year out of the Patriots, man. That's you need a big year.
Hey, they're all just secondary options, you know?
Yeah. You know, I never thought of it like that. That's probably going to be the key to winning this tournament. You got to stack secondary options on run first teams and struggling offenses. I don't know why I haven't thought of that.
Struggling offenses on August 14th, Ben says. Yeah, we'll see when the season's over, buddy.
Yeah. Been troubles with that zone blocking scheme.
Oh my God.
Oh. Well, Randall Cobb's available. You put him in your top tier of wow. Double tap.
I mean,
double tap and scrubs.
These are all scrubs. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I mean, those are a lot of scrubs.
You want me to draft Tim Patrick? Hopefully he has the fucking fastest ACL recovery time of all time.
No, you know who I've been drafting lately? Rashard Higgins is the actual potential wide receiver 2 for the Panthers. Marshall hasn't been doing anything in camp. all Higgins is doing is connecting with Baker. They got that connection back from the Browns days. Robbie Anderson hasn't been doing much, doesn't really mesh well with Baker. Was talking shit about him before he got to town. I think it's going to be DJ Moore with Rashard Higgins, number 2 in targets behind him at the wide receiver position.
We're talking about Rashard Higgins in 2022. What a life.
Yeah, this is the journey.
Happen.
Oh yeah, because it's impossible that he passes Terrace Marshall, one of the worst rookie seasons from a second-round receiver of all time.
They were also one of the worst teams in the NFL with terrible quarterback play.
I mean, your thought is that Baker's like what, 5% upgrade on Sam Darnold?
10%.
10%. Oh, got you. Real world beater.
Yeah, but if he's a 10% upgrade, like Rashard Higgins isn't going to do shit either.
That's possible. That's highly possible.
All right, last round here. Draft's going by pretty quick, in my opinion. Let's take a look at some of these teams. Houston. What are your thoughts on Houston's team so far, Ben? And shout out to drafters for fixing this. So now the team just stays on the screen while the picks go behind.
That is huge. Shout out to them. I like this team. I don't know if I would be going 6 running backs with a start of Najee and Kamara, especially when you're coming back in the top 100 and hitting another running back with Chase. I think that you would want to add a little bit more receiver depth to a team like that. But, I mean, that's just like a criticism for the sake of criticism. It's definitely a good team.
All right. Who do I draft here?
What's your construction? 2, 6, 2. What is that? 9.
9. 2.
Yeah, receiver. Let's see. I mean, I'm probably going with like Kyle Phillips or
I'll go Kyle Phillips. Why not? I could have went tight end 3 there. All right. This is my final team. Could have went Blake Bell, but that would have made Ben too mad going with a tight end 3 over a wide receiver 10 on this team. So I had to give Ben something in this draft.
Thank you.
He is the $5.55 reigning champ, so I guess I gotta take his opinion into consideration.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. What do you think of my/our team from the 101?
Super solid, I like everything about it. I think you picked the right players at the right spots, good construction. I usually try not to lean into 3 rookie running backs, but I mean, that's just, I don't know. That doesn't really matter. I usually try and keep it to like 2, but
that's just how the cookie crumbles,
Absolutely. And maybe you got the 3 right ones, got everyone else drafting Isaiah Spillers and, Damian Pierce's, but what you really needed was the Whites and the Pacheco's. So, and you got both Whites. You got some white on white action going.
Yeah.
Don't take that out of context.
Yeah, I like my running back core for sure. And Kwasi earlier brought up in the chat Damien Harris. I think that even if Damien Harris doesn't get traded, he's still going to have a red zone role. I still think he has pretty good touchdown upside. And he's still one of the most talented, just pure rushers in the NFL, right? Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like last year, he was a top 3 running back in terms of PFF. So take that as you will if you think PFF does a good job or not. So I think just from a natural talent perspective, he's one of the best. A touchdown upside, he's one of the best. He's coming off a 15 touchdown season, and his ADP is about to drop past pick 100. Obviously, he's a worse pick on drafters and DraftKings compared to underdog, just because of the catches. He's not going to get that many. But as an RB2 paired with, Christian McCaffrey, a dude who is probably going to average 28 points per game, I think it's pretty solid. And then just taking shots on, those rookies and their potential pass to huge seasons. And then Kareem Hunt, I think, has a lot of pass as well to providing value. So like that quite a bit. That was kind of my reasoning for going that route, especially when I go QB and tight end early. I think going 6 running backs was optimal. Tyreek Hill, Allen Robinson, Amari Cooper, Kadarius Toney, Jacoby Myers, Julio Jones, Kendrick Bourne. I think that's pretty solid. Got a nice mix of ceiling and floor, in my opinion. And that just took some scrubs at the end, as we all do. Tight end, Kyle Pitts, Hunter Henry, solid. Patrick Mahomes, obviously top tier. He looked really, really good in that preseason game, although it is preseason.
I would hope.
Yeah, he went, 6 of 6 for 60 yards and a touch. He's going to be good no matter who's out on the field. So I don't mind this team. He's good money weeks 1 to 7 until Ramondre takes over.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Facts. Before we get to the rest of these, I want to answer this question from the chat. Houston wants to know the story real quick of when I won last year's tournament, the 555 for 10K. It was a super tight race. By, I would say, 4:00 of the week 17 slate, it was pretty clear that it was between me and the second place team. Do me favors. Shout out to him on Twitter. And we had actually started DMing back and forth. Our teams were pretty similar, and we knew that it was going to come down to the wire. So by the end of the 4:00 games, I was up by less than a fantasy point, and I had no players left. He had David Njoku in the Monday night game. So I was actually chilling with Joey and our other roommates, just sweating the fuck out of that game, looking good. Had Monday Night Football to sweat. I went to my favorite local establishment, little bar, got absolutely hammered sweating this game.
That's another Monday night for Ben, though.
Fair. But yeah, so it resulted in me winning. I was super hype. I know all the bartenders at this place, they were buying me shots. I got wasted, and I'll just show a little graphic. I celebrated a little too hard and completely busted my face open, tripping in the parking lot and falling into a metal rod to celebrate.
That is a picture. That is a picture. That is a definition picture of a goofball right there. You are goofy. I've never fell when I got drunk.
You've never gotten that drunk, I don't think.
Trust me, I have. I've never fallen over a metal pole and smashed my face open. Come on, man.
It's the pure joy of winning 10K. And honestly, it was karma bringing me back down. You get too high up and they bring you right back down to reality. That's why 7 of that 10K went into plastic surgery to heal my beautiful face.
What about your tooth?
That fits.
That was different.
Yeah, no, that didn't actually come with victory. Encounter. That didn't come with victory. That was just all a huge L. I do fall a lot.
Yeah, because you're goofy. All right. Philly. Let's see what Philly did in this draft. Lamar paired with Mark Andrews.
Love that.
Mariota as a naked Marcus Mariota. Don't love that as a QB2.
I don't love it as a QB2 either, but I like the thought process behind it. It's hyper fragile and if he does actually end up starting 17 games, that's a smash pick.
Yeah, but I agree. But like, it's like, what is the realistic probability that Marcus Mariota is still the starter come week 10 when Lamar's bye is?
5%? 10%?
So really low.
Very low, I think. But maybe not,
like,
dude. Maybe it's a Mariota reunion year.
I mean, maybe he starts 17 games because Ritter isn't ready to go, but I have a hard time believing that they'll keep Ritter on the bench for the entire year. I think that the probability of Mariota starting 17 games is very low, and I think it's a little bit higher of him starting 10 games or at least making it to Lamar's bye. So it could work out, but God forbid if it doesn't. And I think right now, if I had to lean one way or the other, I would say I don't think he's starting week 10. You're taking a 0 at the quarterback position, and I don't think you could take a 0 at any position any single week in a total points format.
I totally agree with that. Bob says Mariota looked good, and he did look good. But grain of salt for the preseason opener on Marcus Mariota, I would say.
Yeah, but
other than that, it's a really solid team, though.
JT
and Hines on the same team, but I think that they play different enough roles that like Hines' value and JT's value were relatively insulated.
Now, where is Jonathan Taylor ranked in your overall rankings?
4.
So you made the switch that a lot of other people have made, huh?
I have. I've got CMC, JJ, Cup, JT. That's my top 4.
He thinks the Falcons are going to shock the world. Are you a Falcons fan?
Is he? I don't know much about Bob other than that he's on the East Coast. So does that count?
Hey, Atlanta's on the East Coast.
It could be. Yeah, Bob, are you a Falcons fan, or is that a biased prediction? Because I think the Falcons are not going to shock the world. I think they're going to have the worst record in the league and be sailing to the first overall pick in next year's draft.
They'd be smart to, especially if they're not too high on Ritter, because the quarterback class next year coming out is pretty good at the top with Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. All right, going on to Zach's team. Russ with he loves Russell Wilson because he's a Seahawks fan. he loves Russell Wilson.
Hey,
Russ with Albert O
and Judy. Kirk with JJ. Enough said.
That's a great stack. No, this is a very good team. I like this team.
I do too.
Obviously, I think the concern is at the top of the running back spot for him, just because Nick Chubb, I think, doesn't have the upside or the same ceiling as the running backs that he is going around in the 3rd round. I think that Josh Jacobs is going to be part of a committee. And I think his target volume from last year will definitely decrease, especially with Amir Abdullah there now, who's going to play like the James White role in the offense. Did you see that report?
I did. Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so I think Amir Abdullah is definitely worth like a 20th round pick now, but obviously he sucks at football as well. But there's just a lot of heads in that backfield, so I don't necessarily love Josh Jacobs. But Penny, Michael Carter, James Robinson, Marlon Mack, I think are all fine. So I think running back is really the only concern here. Other than that, very well constructed and drafted team, just from a process standpoint.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No surprise there. I mean, these are sharp drafters.
These are people in tune with the times. I see Trey Lance, Trevor, Matt Ryan. Stacked up Trey Lance with Danny Gray, whom he drafted in our last draft as well.
I see. What do you know about Danny Gray? What do you know that we don't? I saw him catch that long touchdown bomb.
Yeah, he scored the 80-yard touchdown against the Packers. But Derrick Henry, Saquon, so he started, duo running back early.
Couple anchors, love
Yeah.
that.
And then went Kenneth Walker, J.D. McKissick, Eno Benjamin. Don't hate that.
I mean, these are right here the type of teams that I think work with the 2 running back start is when you're able to get, a Pittman to fall to 33 and get a guy who has legit top 12 wide receiver upside. And you could say the same thing about Juju. Like if you get a pair of receivers that strong at your turn when starting with 2 running backs, you're in a really good position. But you kind of need that to happen, I think. You need one of the Pittmans or the Keenans or the, Mike Williams to fall to really set yourself up to be a super elite team. And I think he did. Plus he gets Rashad Bateman who falls half a round as his wide receiver 3. Like that's just good. Just all around really good.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Solid team. All
right. Don't skip over Bop. Dogs only.
Yep, just scrolling. Gotta scroll over. Sorry, chat. All right. Bop finally got in the draft with us.
Yeah.
Shout out Bop.
Big Bop.
Went 0 RB.
Yep. Let's see. We have my favorite stack of 2022 in here with Herbert to Mike Williams. So no critiques here. Love that. Diggs, Debo. I mean, Darnell Mooney, Mike Williams and Darnell Mooney. This is like a team I would have drafted. This thing is fire. I love this. Davis Mills, 2 stacked with Brevin Jordan late. I don't hate that. Running back, 0 RB. You are going to want to go 7, I think, when J.K. Dobbins is your first running back. But I like the depth here.
Yeah.
Took a shot on Zach Moss in the last round. He's been making noise at Bills camp. Definitely going to make the team at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Moss could potentially have a role. Obviously, I think the theme of this stream is talent, and Zach Moss just is not good at football, which has been proven. But maybe he has a week or two where, let's say, Singletary is out with injury. Zach Moss and James Cook are the 2 main running backs there, and he scores a touchdown or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Could happen as your RB7, but yeah, just a well-constructed team from a process standpoint. Obviously, wide receivers are crazy good. He said Darnell Mooney has the same birthday as me, so I have 100% exposure. That makes 2 of us because Jacoby Myers and I have the same birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only right that you draft players that you just naturally share a connection with. So that's why I love Jacoby Myers so much. It's because we're both November babies.
Dude, I have no idea what players were born on my birthday. I got to look that up.
Bruh, birthday narrative came into play quite a bit last year.
Hell yeah. I mean, honestly, like it was birthday narrative by default while I was drafting Jacoby Myers, as my homie's birthday. So
Facts.
that helps.
Last year they played on his birthday and he had a very good game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's clear cut. You're obviously.
I think it started off week 1 last year. Darren Waller's birthday was on that Monday night game against the Ravens, and he snapped too.
Mm. Philly says, I think that a mild handcuffing strategy versus stacking is optimal in these tournaments. You can't miss a week with a dud. I think that there's 2 ways to think about that. And I think that it's entirely cost dependent. Like, for example, I think that, Singletary at 103 and Zach Moss, the cumulative cost of them is okay to do. But I wouldn't be doing it with, 2 high value assets, like, for example, like Zeke and Pollard. The combined cost of those 2 guys, you're just sacrificing too much ceiling on a week-to-week basis because the player that you are taking in that, 7th or 8th round where you're grabbing Pollard could also be having a big week and contributing to your lineup with their top tier outcome. And Zeke can't be doing that in the same week as Pollard. So it's completely cost-based in my opinion. But something that I think is in a different kind of way is similar, but works is lately I've been taking guys like Paris Campbell and Alec Pierce together. I think that the wide receiver 2 production from that offense can be good enough that it's worth a 15th and 16th round pick. So it's totally cost dependent. More like Cook Madison. Yeah, that's sort of right on the precipice. But I actually don't necessarily hate that either. And a lot of people are so opposed to it that you're getting naturally different.
Yeah, like Cook Madison. You probably feel the same with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. Then they're
I do. I think they're unique,
worse
though.
than
Yes.
They're worse than Tony Pollard and Zeke from that perspective.
Right.
But what if Tony Pollard plays slot receiver? How do you feel about that then? On drafters and DraftKings.
I mean, I have a ton of Tony Pollard, so I hope he does. And it makes sense, right? Like they want to get him involved, but they're not ready to cut bait on Zeke. They have a lot of targets open in that offense. They keep getting, they lost Cooper, then James Washington gets hurt. It makes a lot of sense to try and get Tony involved as a pass catcher. Makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, I mean, we hate on Zeke, but like he's still going to have a ton of opportunity and a lot of touchdown upside. I haven't drafted any Zeke so far. Like I have 0%, but I mean he's probably going to finish as an RB1 if he stays healthy. Like just from a volume standpoint, but
yep. Mitchell Davis, Jeff Wilson in the last round, shit like that is totally fine in my opinion. Who else have we? Just Houston. Finish it off here.
Hunt and Dearness, and Hunt gets traded.
Dearness is my highest owned player. I don't give a fuck who's on the team. I'm taking Dearness.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, no cap. Ben has been on Dearness Johnson before anybody else that I've seen in the industry.
Appreciate it. Yes.
Like he's been saying this since like March.
Yes. I love me some Dearness this year. All right. Houston's team. Did we already talk about this team?
Well, we were talking about it and then we kind of went away from it.
Okay.
But yeah, nonetheless, he went with Kyler, Zach Ertz, AJ Green. If that ain't the dustiest stack of all time, I don't know what is.
Damn. We got to do Houston like that. I mean, that is top tier dust though. AJ Green and Zach Ertz together.
Nah, but other than that, I really like the team because I like the Najee, Kamara, Edmonds, Dearness. Like that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Kyler, Justin Fields. I think I went that in the last draft that we did last Sunday, or one of the last streams. Kyler and Justin Fields, I think, is a great pairing.
I mean, you got two of the top 4 rushing quarterbacks in the league, arguably.
Yeah. And like Zach Ertz is dust, but he's going to score fantasy points. Like he's probably to start the season going to be the number 2 option in terms of pass catchers, right? Behind Hollywood.
Yeah, I think so. He is dealing with an injury right now, which is worth monitoring.
But Fant and Evan Ingram as, as tight end 2, tight end 3, I like that. Jalen Waddle, Terry McLaurin, Elijah Moore, Russell Gage, Tyler Boyd, Jameson Williams. I think there's some ceiling there and, some floor for sure. And then I really like the running backs and the quarterback. So overall solid team. And all these guys in the Discord, they're tuned in with just the best ball industry in general and how to draft optimally. So we're really never going to hate any of the teams. And you know what they say, we weren't talking about it last time. Like you can't have individual player takes, right? So it's like
absolutely not.
You can't. So every team is good. Every team is good.
Every team is good. These are all going to win $250K.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. Isn't it crazy how like we're sitting here and drafting where like realistically 100% of these teams could probably just min cash that we're drafting?
You think so?
I mean, we're probably
is this a long-term investment.
We're probably getting it in good just in terms of EV.
Yeah.
But like from a range of outcome standpoint, like isn't like just our median outcome just all min cash? Like these teams are just all min cashing and you're just breaking even on the year. Like you just sitting doing a draft, you're like, yeah, this is the one, and then it just you're not gonna cash. Like my team, like this shit is not winning $250K.
It might. See, if you go in with that negative attitude, then you'll absolutely never win. You got to manifest that 250 bands into your bank account and
Well,
make
you spend it before you have it. That's
exactly
the fucking thing to do.
Yes. Open a credit card, spend it all because you're guaranteed to get it back in January when these pay out. This is financial advice.
Open up a credit card. Open up as many credit cards as you can. Rolling over here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, if we're being real, like all these teams that we're drafting and posting in the Discord are just gonna be min cash teams.
I don't think so. I think that out of our Discord channel, at least 2 tournaments are getting shipped.
I mean,
I think we have the sharpest group out of any of these Discord groups. Establish the run. Spike week. I don't give a fuck.
I
bro.
mean,
If you got to be in the
let's tone it down a little bit. Let's
Nah.
tone that down a little bit. We got a sharp community.
I said what I said.
We got a sharp community, but
we have a sharp community of people who think for themselves. They aren't just blindly following what their tout daddies tell them. Okay? That's the difference.
Why you had to call them tout daddies? I mean, they win. That's the thing, is they
do. They do. I just bopped this one. I mean, honestly, using your own name as a verb is fucking true alpha shit, and I respect that.
I mean, your drafter's username should be Bob.
It should be.
If anybody has any questions,
get them in now, man. I'm just vibing. This stream went by way quicker than usual for some reason. I mean,
like it didn't, but
nah, bro, we were done in 45 minutes with the draft.
No, I mean, yeah, no, it was like 50, 55.
It seems less to you because you took a break. You took a little lunch break in the middle.
Yeah, I had to go eat my salad real quick.
Oh man.
Yeah, anybody has any questions? You playing preseason showdown today? No. See, you can't hate on these other sites because they provide very valuable content that we consume as well.
I am not hating. I love Establish the Run exclusively out of the ones that I named.
But yeah, they are all just like projection.
I just think that a lot of the people tend to more blindly follow them, and it's less collaborative, and it's less like encouraging people to think for themselves, and it's more like, here's our rankings, you should follow these and you'll win. And ours is more like, this is our process, adapt it to your own strategy, which encourages people to like come up with their own ideas. And I mean, like, I just don't know how many people in like the Establish the Run Discord are coming up with ideas that are prompting guys like, Levitan and Silva and whoever to like think differently. But I think that we have sharp people in ours that, will come up with things that make me think about things in a different perspective. Like I'm always down to listen to the members of our Discord. I think they're sharp in general. So.
Very fair point. Awesemo on it. What? Stocktastic? LOL. When did they change their name? What does that even mean?
Like the Awesemo site changed their name?
You guys are chill and aren't as dorky as the other fantasy experts. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it's we're younger.
I was just going to say, yeah, we're not 45 years old either.
Which obviously gives them credibility. They've been in the industry for a long time, and we've kind of had to work our way up. And obviously we're not like big by any stretch. But we got a nice thing going here. And yeah, I mean, I'm only 24. Started this when I was like 21, but yeah, it's they do have the credibility and they do have the results. So all power to them. All those people, they deserve to be where they're at. They work their asses off. So, but we're just trying to get there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just fucking around with the.
But yeah, like we do try and keep it like chill and relatable, because some of the shit is just like too.
Cringe.
It's like corny to me, at least.
Yeah. You know, it's like hanging out with like your dad's friends.
Like we're just like, you know, the boys, the homies. Like gonna treat everybody as if you're a homie.
Yeah. The gang.
Stocktastic. I mean, that's a weird name, no? But I agree this is gonna be hands down the sharpest Discord out there. I mean, a couple
Salute to
tournament
that.
winners in there, but
Yeah, I am not the only one. Are you going to be a tournament winner this time next year?
I'm winning the Millie Maker week 1.
Yeah.
$100 Millie Maker.
$100. I was going to ask which one. Like, I didn't know if you was about to be first out of 1 million people in the $5 or like what type of vibe you're on with that.
Yeah, no, $100 Millie Maker week 1, less than a month from now. Main slate. Stacking up. I'm stacking the Chargers up. I'm just playing the good plays, you know.
Yep. So you're coming in first out of 28,000.
Absolutely.
For $1 million, Tournament of Champions semifinal ticket. Week 1 on September 11th.
Yeah, I deserve it.
How come?
The karma's got to swing my way for once.
Right. You've been dragged down, and now it's time to flourish, like a phoenix from the ashes, almost.
Seen any fake news like Chase can't catch? Not really.
I mean, the biggest comparison is probably the Treylon Burke stuff, right? Like that's the comparison that keeps getting drawn. You know, obviously there have been a lot of talks about it, and the common rebuttal is like, well, you know, that's what they said about Jamar Chase. He couldn't catch. You know, that's what they said about Justin Jefferson. He was running with the second team and all of that. But it's tough because, you know, Burks is not the prospect that Chase was, or Jefferson.
Yeah. I mean, Jamar Chase, we talked about it the other day. I mean, generational prospect. But like once in, you know, every 5-10 years, you get a player like Jamar Chase coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson, obviously very good as well, but Jamar Chase was definitely, you know, a higher regarded football player and wide receiver. Hence why Justin Jefferson went like 18th and Jamar Chase was top 5.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Joey would tell you that fake news lately would be the concern around the Patriots offense.
That's fake news.
That the
it's not because I'm biased or anything. No. I would never do that.
It's not because that blanket on the bed in your background is a New England Patriots blanket that you snuggle up close to a Patriots logo every night as you rest your eyes. Plays zero part in his thoughts.
No, none at all.
Unless you're faded Jeff because of that AC joint sprain that fantasy doctors said it could be an issue. We live and we learn. You know? That's what life is about. Living, learning, growing, evolving, glowing up.
For sure. I mean,
I'm on big glow up vibes, bro. That's all I'm on lately.
Focus on getting the bag.
On the fucking bag. And I'm not stopping after bag number 1. I need bags in both hands.
200.
I have a bag around my neck. I don't give a fuck.
The fantasy doctor lied to me. Yeah, that was kind of, if we're talking about fantasy doctors, that was the fake news that happened this weekend was
Chow.
What's his name? Yeah, Chow.
Dr. Chow.
Basically saying, yeah, Zach Wilson 100% tore his ACL, wrote up an article on it, done.
Posted it under the Jets Twitter account.
Yeah.
He's like, hey guys, Zach Wilson tore his ACL, and like he knows better than them.
Next day, MRI. Yeah, he's out 2 to 6 weeks. He probably will miss week 1. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say they're usually accurate, but you gotta, you know, you can't just go in with 100% certainty and then you just look like an absolute clown and lose some credibility when you're proven wrong.
Yeah, I think if you do it enough times, though, like everybody's gonna make mistakes. Like I'm not gonna be upset at a somebody who's giving fantasy advice and they miss on some takes. Like that's part of it. But I think when you are like saying something is fact and then it's just clear cut not true, you just look like an absolute clown. Especially when you're like, a doctor and you're like giving medical takes. I don't know. It's just a different category to me.
I just want 1 milli. I'll be good. Go out with a bang. I'm gonna retire. Yo, low key, I'm on that same vibe.
If you won $1 million week 1, would you retire from DFS?
I mean,
or just say you win $1 million, period. Like, are you done playing fantasy sports because you've kind of hit your, the best outcome that you could hit possibly? Like, go out on top type shit, or are you getting back in because, for the sport of it?
I mean, I'm addicted to gambling, so I'll definitely be playing.
Yeah, me too. Like, it wouldn't change anything for me except for the, like, types of contests I played. I'd be putting in more action, higher buy-in action. But
yeah, I definitely play more. But try not to blow through $1 million that quick. But yeah, I
done for a while seems right. But like at the same time, we only get so many weeks.
Yeah, and in football especially, you only get 20 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I won $1 million, I mean, I'd still play throughout the season. Definitely would still be making content, but it's like I'm going on a vacation. Period. Like I'm going to fucking Cabo.
Yeah. You see these 2 microphones? They would be in Ibiza.
We doing the Saturday night stream, fucking
poolside
at the beach.
Fucking nice pina colada
with the vodka ready
in
the hand.
God, manifest that energy, man.
It's gonna be a good year. I mean, we've talked about this a bunch, just IRL. That, I mean, I've said it. I think this is gonna be our best year, results wise.
Absolutely. We've cut out a lot of the distractions. I've cut out a lot of the distractions that were plaguing me.
The distractions cut themselves out. No, not we cut them out. They cut themselves out.
That's fair.
The distractions cut themselves out.
The distractions cut us out.
They cut us out. Speaking of that, 13 people watching. And if you're still watching this on replay, I mean, you're just a fucking god. Podcast dropping tomorrow. If anybody saw our tweet on Twitter, we are. Yeah. All right, I can pull it up. I have my screen shared.
Okay.
One second. All right. So if anybody didn't see that's still watching, we transitioned from the DFS Dose to the Dose Media Network just to incorporate everything that we're going to be doing. So throughout the season, we're going to be doing pods and videos about sports betting and props. So it just made sense to make a Dose Bets, podcast. DFS, obviously DFS Dose. Best Ball, that's kind of for next season.
Mm-hmm.
For next season when we start doing best ball content, and in around March, it's going to be under Best Ball Dose. And then Life, we decided to just hop on the mic and talk about life and some of the things that we've gone through. Obviously maybe you guys aren't the demographic for that, but if you're interested in that, it's called The Dose of Life. The podcast is going to be out tomorrow, the first episode, and we get deep.
Hell yeah, it's a good listen. I think
it's a good listen for sure. But yeah, so A Dose of Life episode 1 dropping tomorrow, Monday.
Hey, I mean, you say they may not be the target demographic, but look at this. They've stuck with us, 20 minutes after the draft ended. They're vibing with us, so check it out. It's kind of it'll be kind of like this.
Yeah, because we're young, we go through shit. We've gone through shit over the last couple months of our lives, so we wanted to hop on a pod and talk about it and our feelings around the situation and whatnot. So
I feel like
I want to start a podcast because I have some credibility hey, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. If it's good enough, you could get signed to the Dose Media Network. Only the best over here.
Free contract.
Free contract, zero pay, sign over all your rights, and then you're welcome to join. Just kidding.
I'm not kidding. Everyone's dream to win $1 million full-time YouTube podcast. Oh yeah, 100%. If I won the milli, I'll be on stream every day just shooting the shit.
Yeah, the Liam Murphy route, right?
I mean,
and he's doing what? He's doing great,
and he's sharp too.
He is sharp. I actually really like him. He's kind of like a breath of fresh air. He kind of does sort of what we do. I think he's a little bit older than us, but that might not even be true.
From the same area too. Maybe upstate New York just breeds best ball winners. You ever thought about that? He's from what, Buffalo? Or is he? He might be from Florida.
He lives in Florida, but he's a Bills fan. I don't know where he is actually from.
Oh, he's a Bills fan. Okay. Maybe he's not from upstate New York.
Yeah.
All right. Don't listen to anything or don't. Yeah. Forget everything I just said. Hey,
but he has player takes. He's younger. He's got good vibes. He's been on our show. I did an interview with him. Talked about what it was like for him to win $1 million. I mean, he had a similar story to me where he was out like partying with his boys at a bachelor party, celebrating with them as he became a millionaire. Exceeded all of their tax brackets. That must be nice. But
yeah, I mean,
like, hey boy, I'm at your wedding and I just became a millionaire. Like,
kind of taking the shine away. No.
Yeah, it's like like another woman wearing a white dress to the wedding, and everybody's focused on that. But
I mean, it's only if the person wearing it looks better than the bride. That's the thing, is you can't look better than the groom and the bride at somebody's wedding.
Is that what it is?
That's like the unwritten rule. Yeah, you can't. You're not supposed to.
That must be why I don't get invited to weddings.
Or just the people that are not getting married.
No, they are. I'm just not getting invited. I think Murphy was from New Hampshire, if I remember correctly.
Northeast.
All of us can't be married to a doctor like Josh Norris. I didn't know that. But Josh is older. He's like, he's got his shit together.
Imagine being married.
You don't want to be married?
Could you imagine that?
Absolutely.
You want to get married?
I would get married. I don't want to have children, but I would get married. I mean, literally anything. Like, it's like an added level of pressure so that they can't abandon you and leave.
What? Sucks.
Damn, I hope IC's wife isn't in the stream.
I think we're good on that. I don't think she's tuning in.
I actually don't think that we've ever had a female viewer.
That's probably very true.
If another upstate New Yorker wins this year, I'm calling for an investigation. Yeah. Good luck. In January, they won't be able to get through the snow. Barricaded ourselves.
I mean, climate change is real, Ben. It's barely ever snow in the last 3 years.
Yeah, no bullshit. There's been like 2 per year for the last like 5 years. It's crazy.
It snows a little bit, but it's nothing crazy. But 10 years ago when we were fucking kids, snowstorms every other day in the winter. Now it's like once or twice a winter we'll get a bad snowstorm upstate. So that's how you do know climate change is real.
No, for sure. 10 years ago, was when I first started driving, and that shit was dangerous, bro. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah, remember when you almost crashed into somebody when we were driving to the mall?
Bro, I swear everybody I know has a different story of me almost being the cause of a car crash. But I've actually, I was going to say I've never crashed, but I have crashed several times.
Yeah, been there.
People say I'm a bad driver. I don't know.
I have court in 12 days for going 103 miles an hour. Don't be like me.
Oh yeah, you're losing your license, 100p.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. That would be an absolute travesty. But yeah. Don't drive 103 miles an hour on the throughway for everybody watching.
Maybe, have you thought about maybe you want that to happen? Because that would be like the ultimate, setup for a major correction in terms of like the balance and the energy in the universe. Like you get your license suspended right before the season starts. You're in a terrible spot only to set up for the ultimate comeback.
The ultimate week $1 million bank. And I just fly everywhere. I don't need a license.
Facts. You said 12 days?
12 days. I have court.
Yeah, that's getting real close to week 1.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks before week 1.
Damn.
You drafted Marquis Brown?
Fuck yeah. I love Marquis Brown. I absolutely love Marquis Brown. He's going to absolutely smash for the first 6 games. Got the familiarity with Kyler from college. Wait a minute. Was this a joke about Joey's driving? Is this a Marquis Brown joke? I think it might have been. I was answering that question legit, and then I was thinking for a minute. Thinking about Bob.
What a funny guy. What a funny guy. He is a troll. Right, Bob,
you got me. You
got him there.
God damn it.
You got him there. You drafted Marquis Brown. That's funny. That's a good one. That's a fucking good one.
That is a good one.
Yo, shout out to everybody still watching.
What do you want to do? You want to end it? You want to keep going?
I mean, I don't know. Do people just? But we need a.
I actually added some sound drops. Let's see if any of these work. Hang on, turn that up. I don't know if that.
This fucking guy.
So I'm thinking with that one, it'll be like if you get a like sniped or something, you play this and it's like you just got fucked. How's that? Is that a good one? Or like I know that you want to you got like AJ Brown on your team, you're coming up at the turn. I'm right in front of you. You got Jalen Hurts. I grab him. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Okay, no, now I'm actually gonna add a bunch more of these though. We got to get the stream production value up.
We need a drum one.
A drum one? I might have that actually in my soundboard. Let me check.
Let's see what else.
No.
That dude always makes me laugh.
We could do some nice things with this.
Yes. We absolutely could.
I don't know. Does anybody else have any other questions? If not, more Dave Chappelle.
More Dave Chappelle. All right. I'll look into the Chappelle.
Any sound suggestions?
I was like, we need like one of like a sniper, like a silent sniper for when you get sniped.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. We'll get
some
that.
Chris
we'll get
Kyle
that in,
shit.
Yeah. We'll get that in the next.
Maybe get some videos too.
Yeah.
Just somebody getting sniped. Don't know if you could play that on YouTube though. Probably get fucking banned.
Well, if we don't show it, right?
Or no, we could just have like a sniper laying down shooting a sniper.
Yeah,
at like a target.
Mm-hmm.
Another one.
I don't know, bro. I do not know.
Stream got off the rails.
This whole stream was off the rails, but
it's chaotic.
Good time. I had a good time.
Pressure makes diamonds.
You're not wrong. I am going to executively make the decision that we are out of here for this episode of the stream. This is our official outro song. If you guys listen to the podcast, you may recognize it. Am I going to be able to time this perfectly on my first go. Probably not, but if you guys are out there viewing, we appreciate you. We value you. Until next time, stay accountable and keep authentic vibes.
That was a fail.
I was a huge fail.
We're still live. There's still 11 people watching.
Hey, let it fade out. You stop talking and let it fade out. Like.